3 months ago, we were on a van life adventure exploring the mountains in the French Alps. That was until sad information from home saw us rush back to the UK. We've come home, haven't we?
Yes, we have, yeah.
During our time at home, we drove to Manchester, picked up a micro camper van named Tilly for Lou's mum Joanie, and after a brief van life initiation in the Peak District, we headed to Hereford to beef up the electrical system.
Then it was off to Wrexham to add a diesel heater and then into North Wales to make sure Tilly was now fully off-grid.
All this was in preparation for an extended van life adventure in Europe. With us, I'm Emily by the way, and this is Lou. We travel with our dog AJ and cat Summer in a self-converted camper van named Fanny. Don't ask. Adding the second van and my 69-year-old mother-in-law into the mix should be easy, right?
We've lost Joan in the middle of France.
I don't know where I am now.
You alright?
Maybe not.
But before we get into all of that, this week's episode starts where all good European road trips begin, getting through the many checks, boarding the Eurotunnel as we make our way across the Channel into France.
Hiya.
Hello. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Bye.
Hiya. Thank you. Hiya. Yes. The one behind me is a camper van as well. She's my mum. She's with us, so can she stay? Can we stay together?
Yeah, I'll try and keep it together.
Yeah.
As best I can, all right?
All right, lovely.
There's a lane through for me.
Brilliant.
Nice
Thank
one,
you.
Thank you.
Hiya. Gas is off. Yeah, we've got a dog and a cat, so just.
God, look at all these Porsches.
Don't worry, babe. I'll have them when we get on the other side. I'll just open Fanny up, and away we'll go.
I think they're really low down, ain't they? Like, you're just really...
Well, you're high up, isn't you? Around.
Just want it noted that I didn't get a coffee. Just want it noted.
I did say you good.
Yeah, and I said to you I have to come back to bring them in before I get a coffee. Did I not say that to you?
Look, it's just queue. Get on the thing, and I'll get you a croissant when we get there. Yeah? On croissant? Croissant replaces coffee? Pain au chocolat?
I was getting that anyway, rushing round for
That's
2
right.
hours. So I've had time for a coffee, Louise. Bear in mind I've had no breakfast either.
Bonjour. Merci beaucoup. Bonjour. Can I wait for this one? This is my mother. Can I wait here? Just 1 minute? Merci.
Thank you.
Right, here we go. On we go. As we boarded the tunnel, I was doing my best to ignore Emily, who was still whinging on about her lack of morning sustenance. We made our way under the sea and soon found ourselves driving off the train. We had safely and rather excitedly arrived in
France! We're in France!
Yeah, baby!
We headed south, and it wasn't long before we had our first problem. We needed to find somewhere to park up. Luckily though, in France, finding somewhere nice to spend the night is never a problem. Good morning, folks. Welcome to a very misty France. Excuse me, I'm trying not to stand on the dog. So we're here, we have made it, although we're not having the most perfect of starts. We have a slight problem with Tilly, my mum's van. So we're going to go and try and get that sorted. And now we're in a bit of a rush because we want to get to the sun.
Oh, I need some sun, sea, sand. I'm so excited.
Whee! But as is always the case, there is a van problem. So we're going to rectify that and then get going.
But at least it's at the start of the trip, get it done, out of the way, and then the rest of the trip will be good to go.
Oh, ever the optimist, aren't you?
I
That's
am.
why I married you.
Glass half full type of person, me.
Unless it's full of snacks and then it's always empty. I've also just been informed that before we find a garage, we need to find a boulangerie.
That's right, you have to have a croissant or pain au chocolat as soon as you get to France. And we're already lacking.
You put your heart on a letter to chase it away. 'Cause
It's so good being back in France. I absolutely love the park ups. Like our first night park up was in the forest. You could walk through there, half hour, 40 minutes walk to the beach. On the beach it was a lovely sandy one with some old war bunkers. It was just really, really nice. And this is why I absolutely love going and being like free and camping in other countries. But we do have to put that on hold to go and fix Joanie's car.
when I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new.
Louise has just taken Joanie into what I think is the French version of Autoglass because she's got a massive chip in her windscreen, which apparently was our fault because it was a stone that flew back from our car. But anyway, they're gonna go inside, gonna try and get it fixed. Hopefully, fingers crossed it's today because, yeah, we're all just chomping at the bit just to get a little bit further down and see some sun. Fingers crossed.
Google Translate situation. Can I have your?
Is it?
Can I have your phone?
So we don't know yet then, no? Where is...
GCSE French isn't cutting it. Well, a piscine, it's not helping. Has it got the one where I
Oh,
hold
it's
it?
to Welsh, look. That's what I was trying to do, Welsh. Yeah, you just press the camera on that. It's English to French at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah?
Well, I want French to English, don't I?
Well, then you just switch it over. Absolutely useless, but hopefully they have come out with a man now, so fingers crossed. Google Translate and a bit of like pointing will do the trick. It's proving to be a little bit more difficult because they can't fix a hole. The hole is too big. I say hole, it's not the crack, whatever it is. They can't fix it, so we've got to have the whole windscreen replaced. And with the lack of English and French knowledge, we've now been given a number for English. How's it going, Louise?
So they can't book us in there. We have to ring back to an English one who are trying to book us in there, which is an absolute flipping nightmare on its own. But we finally got a quote, £890 for plus VAT for a screen replacement for that. So I'm trying to ring Jones Insurance to see if they will cover it, but obviously it's bank holiday in the UK, so we can't get a hold of the insurance. So we're going to go down to Nissan and see what they say, and then yeah, we might just have to hang around till tomorrow till I can speak to the insurance about claiming for a windscreen replacement in a foreign country. It's a nightmare.
Oh, fun times, Louise, fun times.
I'm calling it Joanie's initiation into travel with Camper Vibe in Europe. Garage, awkward, pain in the arse, money, expense. This is how we roll.
Note to anyone that always says, oh, it'd be so fun to travel with you guys. Oh, I'd love to come with you. Just don't, because this is what happens.
You will break down.
And it will cost you money.
Okay, so we're having an absolute nightmare. Everything's closed for some strange reason except for the extortionately priced car glass place. In fact, that's wrong. It's not the French that want to charge us a fortune, it's the English version of it. So I had to ring Auto Glass in England to get the price, and that was the silly money price. I've checked online and it should be less than half the price they've quoted me. So we're on the move to go to a big town and regroup and sort out what we're going to do. But we've lost Joan in the middle of France. She's got no sat-nav on. So now we've got to try and find her.
Hopefully she's pulled over. When she can't see us at all, I'm hoping she would have pulled over, but... You gotta laugh, Louise. You gotta laugh.
This is the woman that don't do technology, so we're going to have to now try and get her to send us a drop pin of where she is, and that's just going to be a nightmare.
Hello, where are you? Have you pulled over?
I don't know where I am now.
You stay exactly where you are. Is your internet turned on?
No, I can turn it on, can't I?
But can you stay on the phone and do that? So if you swipe up from the bottom of the phone call should stay active and you should be in your main screen.
Right, swipe up from the phone.
Yeah.
No, it's not doing anything. Hang on. Right, can you still hear me?
Yeah. Turn your internet on.
Yeah.
Right, and then press down like a drop. Remember I showed you how to do a drop pin so you can save things?
Yeah.
Press down
Well, put this down on what?
on the map.
On where you are, on the little blue dot.
Right, so... Hang on, I've got to hold the blue dot. I've got to share it to... I can share it to Kelly. It goes there easy.
No, Kelly's in England. We'll do it the old-fashioned way, right? What can you see? No, is there any buildings? Just tell me if you can see any buildings.
Nothing here. Oh, hang on. There's a fucking great thing. On the side of the rough, there is a thing.
A bee.
Yeah. So, if you'll come in 5, yeah.
Well, I'll just look for the bee, Joan, and that's where you're going to be.
When you get to that, there's a massive bee, and I'm the first one off the land at that one. Well, if you look for the big bee...
Just, Joan, get in the car.
Get in the car.
Stop telling me about the bee, because I can't find the bee on the map.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I think we know where you are.
You'll see the big bee if you come round that roundabout.
Can you? Is there no buildings? You can't see a single building.
No?
2,000 years later.
Right. So where's the giant bee? Where's?
Oh, there. It's a wasp.
Oh my God, that's what she wanted.
She's
It's hilarious.
A giant bee. Can you see any buildings? No, there's nothing. I can't see any buildings, just the giant bee.
Oh, it's hilarious. There's nothing around.
Ah, right.
How's the stress levels?
Stress levels are good. The coffee levels are too low. There's no buildings. All I can see is a giant bee. All I see is a tiny wasp and lots of buildings. Right, are we ready?
No, seriously.
You'll
Can I
be-
turn on my phone? I can't phone you. I just tried to phone you, but I just can't. It just goes off.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of home. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way.
It turns out it's a bank holiday here in France too, so we can't do anything today, so we found a nice little park up right by the beach. We're just getting Summer back in the correct van. She's been exploring Joanie's van, and yeah, I don't know where we are. I'll whack it on the screen and we're going to go for a little bit of an explore. Joan's currently in sulk mode because we can't continue our journey. A lot of you moaned she weren't in the last vlog enough, so I'll try and get her in more, but remember she's not a YouTuber and she is 70, so it is a challenge, I'm going to say the least, but we're going to go for a bit of a wander.
And the truth may come as a surprise.
Now you can't really see it properly because it's a bit ripped, but this sign, reserved, this whole car park is reserved for camping cars only. Now in England it'd be the other way around. You cannot park in here if you're a car, only if you're a camper van. That's why we love France.
This is why we love it.
Baby!
Why is it with me and my babies? I don't know what's going on. I've got a new phrase.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of home. I need you on my fire. I want you to know.
So the plan was to get us south as quickly as possible to get to the nice warm weather. However, with that chip in the windscreen, that's not going to happen. We don't want to just keep going because the risk of it shattering, and the risk of it shattering on a French motorway would be a problem, because if you don't know, on French motorways you have to call the French recovery. They charge you to get you off the motorway. They only take you just off the motorway, then you can call your own recovery. So we're just trying to avoid having to do that. But this ain't a bad place to hang out, and Emily's on a mission, I think.
I can see people with food. The buildings here are really, really pretty, but it's a shame because a lot of them got lost during the war, but they have tried to recreate them with as much of the original stuff as possible. They're just so nice.
I did my best to film the pretty houses for you, but Emily's quite clearly on a mission because I think she can see a boulangerie or a patisserie. So obviously, first full day in France, we're going for a croissant.
Damn right, hurry up. Fingers crossed it's open because it's like lunchtime. Sometimes they close.
Got enough?
I got a baguette, got some croissants, got a couple of little cakes, and I got quiche.
Got carried away, didn't you?
I did,
That's
yeah.
what you got.
There was a lot of stuff in there. Do you want to see my cakes? I did get you an eclair.
I don't like eclairs.
Oh, shame. It's the only one that they had. You ain't got the nut one.
Oh, I don't like nuts, no.
No. Oh, well, I've tried. Sorry. Oh, well.
You cannot beat a French baguette. Very excited. We're having a quick meal tonight, so we're having French bread pizzas, which are just like skinny pizzas, but they're on French bread. Sorry we haven't filmed a lot today. It's just been a bit hectic, and really there's not been much to show you. I walk into town and we've just been chilling, ready for the onslaught of tomorrow when we're going to attempt to get that windscreen fixed.
Oh, I really hope that we do, just so that we can just carry on with and actually have some decent adventures in France, right?
And stop Joanie sulking that she's not in the south yet in the sun.
Oh my God, yeah, the sulk is real.
absolutely love French bread pizzas, and for those of you that are wondering, yes, Emily has eaten her croissant, she's eaten both her cakes, she's eaten her quiche, and she's devouring the last of the French bread in a cheese and pickle sandwich. So yeah, we're on French food now, and I expect to gain kilo by kilo as the day goes on.
No, we're gonna exercise.
As soon as we can get back on the road properly and start moving, we're going to do some awesome things. But for now, we'll see you lot tomorrow when we attempt to finish our mission, fingers crossed, of finding a windscreen for that van over there. Good morning, folks. Welcome to day 2, attempt 2 of sorting out this windscreen. Emily's just doing herself another croissant.
Needs must. We're in France.
Please note, only one. There's not enough for me.
You don't get them. You're not good enough.
Anyway, the plan. What's the plan? Emily's going to stay here and work, and Joanie...
Why ask me if you don't let me speak?
I didn't know what the plan was, and then I remembered what the plan was. Emily's going to stay here, and now I've forgotten what the plan was. What's the plan?
I'm going to stay here and I'm going to work, and Louise is going to take Joanie to get her windscreen fixed.
Yes, so
It's
me
got
and
rocket
Joanie
science.
are going to jump in Tilly and head to... There's a Nissan garage in town that was shut yesterday. We're going to go there and see if they can do it anything. If not, we'll have to come up with a plan C or D, whatever it is by this point. Right, I'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
Ready, Joanie?
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm filming.
Action. Take 1.
Oh dear God. Travel with your mum, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Go out with the geriatrics, they said.
Right, we've got a quote from Nissan, and as you can see, we are very sharply moving away from Nissan. €1,400 for a windscreen replacement in there. So we've gone through the insurance, who I've got to say have been exceptionally good, and they've booked us in. Well, they're trying to get a local person to come and do it, so we just got to wait for some information on that. So £100 excess, and it should be fixed, and we've picked a place a bit further down the coast, so we're going to go and get that done. And I'm going to stop talking because I get my bad passenger anxiety from my mother, who you might be able to see is struggling with my driving and talking to you. So we'll see you back at the van. All right? How about this for a spot then to spend the night? We are right on the banks of the River Seine in France. It is absolutely stunning. The weather is all over the place, so it was sunny and it's just about to start raining, so I'll make this quick. We've jumped a couple of days. There's a couple of things I need to catch you up on, otherwise it's going to be very confusing. You can tell these first few days are not going the way we've planned. But basically, after we saw you last, after going to the Nissan garage, we quickly made it to a new park up. Absolutely perfect park up right on the banks of a little fishing lake. Really, really nice spot. There was a few other vans there with us. It looked ideal. Only later that evening, the other vans that we was with decided to have a bit of a party. Now this went on for quite some time into the night. It was very, very noisy. I couldn't sleep. I was getting very irritated. I went out about 1 AM, which I think is reasonable, and asked them just to turn the music down. And they found that quite amusing to then turn the music up and scream and shout and be as loud as possible until we moved. So we spent the night in a Super U car park, which is a French supermarket, and then from there we've come to here. I didn't film much, 2 reasons. 1, it was really foggy, so you couldn't see anything anyway, and 2, I was tired and ratty and irritable and quite grumpy, so it's probably best that I didn't. But I'll quickly show you this park up. Now this is what I call park up gold. We have got loos, composting loos, which is always amazing at a park up to have that. Just behind them we've got this weird shelter thing which is covered in graffiti. Now I actually quite like graffiti, so I think it looks pretty cool. And then just behind me there, oh sorry, we've got bins. Another park up top 10 thing to have is bins, probably in the top 5 actually. And then just behind there you've got the River Seine, and then we're nicely tucked up in the corner over there. You can't beat a graffiti shelter at a park up. I do really like it. Now I know what you're all thinking with the chip in the window. It is just the chip. Don't panic, stop being so over dramatic, and you're probably right. If it was just my van with a chip in it, I probably wouldn't worry. But what I can't show you on camera, I've tried, I just can't pick it up, is off of that chip. It's about the size, just over the size of a 2p. and it's got quite a few hairline cracks coming off of it. So I'm just concerned. Now, bearing in mind my mother is 70, we're driving on the other side of the road, it's been a tumultuous time all round, so if that was to crack, it probably won't shatter. In fact, it definitely won't shatter, but it could crack. It's happened to me once before with a chip, and we're on a French motorway and it's busy or whatever, then that could be quite daunting, and I just really don't want to have issues or problems on this trip, so I was just trying to get it rectified. As it turns out, it's going to take a week or two at least for the insurance to book us in to get it done, so we're going to carry on going south. The other thing is, obviously my mother doesn't have a sat-nav, so if it does crack and we get split up on the motorway and then we've got to try and find each other, it'd just be a bit of a nightmare, so I was trying to avoid that. Anyway, long story short, we can't avoid that, so we're going to have to deal with it. Now, my mum does have a sat-nav. The reason we're not using it, it is a TomTom from about 1998, so whenever you put a new destination in, it takes about 45 minutes to load up where we're going, and I tried to update it and it won't update with all the current roads, but my mother, being of a certain age, she won't throw things away. It works, it just works badly, but she's like, nope, not throwing it away, I've got one that works, why am I going to get a new one? You know what it's like with slightly old, I'm going to say slightly older because I know some of you are the same age, and she is only slightly older than us, but with modern technology it can be a bit of a faff, and yeah, waste not, want not, and make do amend. We're trying to carry on with this TomTom from the past, so that's what that is there. Emily's just at work, we're about to move. While she's working and we're waiting to get back on the road, I have something very exciting that I want to share with you. Some friends of ours at Brown Bird and Company, you might remember them from when they took us climbing earlier in the year or last year, I can't remember. We went climbing and we had a look around their workshop. They have done a camper van which you can win. They are giving it away, so check this out.
Awesome is that camper van. Oh, I'd absolutely love to win it.
And you can win it. There is a raffle. It's £5 a ticket. Emily's already spent half of our France budget on tickets and the other half on croissants, so we're going home soon. But no, you can win it. How do they do it?
You have to go to brownbirdcampervancompetitions.co.uk. Don't say that after a couple of drinks.
Yeah, so I'll put a link in the description anyway, so go there, £5 a ticket. It's not sponsored or anything. We just thought we'd share this with you because I know a lot of you guys want vans, and that would be an amazing one to start your van life adventure in, or even win it and just have it as a second van, which is our dream, or even if you just want to give it away to someone as a gift. What a gift that would be.
I know, and for £5, that is it. And I am a firm believer, you have got to be in it to win it.
Yeah. It's a Volkswagen T something, I don't know what all the T's are, so it's a smaller one. It's got the most amazing pop top with the most amazing roof that they've done. So it's got a bed upstairs, it's got a diesel heater, it's got a toilet, it's got a fridge. You can access the toilet and fridge when the bed is out downstairs, because that bottom bit also turns into a bed, full electrical system. It's top of the range, isn't it?
It is. It's absolutely beautiful, and sitting in there as well. I could see myself in that as like our second van. So if I do happen to win it by some miracle and you see me driving about,
there's no way I am managing 3 vans on the road. Like I've said many times in this video already, our start to this adventure has not been as planned, but it is what it is. We've done the best we can. We're just going to keep on cracking on now, getting down south, hoping that windscreen don't crack, hoping we can get it fixed, and yeah, get into the sunshine. So if you've enjoyed this adventure with our noisy neighbours and van troubles and lots of us driving around, then stay tuned, because I'm sure there's more to come.
There is, and I need to go because someone's going to push me over in a minute because she wants feeding.
Yeah, Emily's finished work, so she's like, right, feed me now. On that note, we are going to go. So if you like the video, do the subscribe. That means the world if you do subscribe to the channel to see future adventures.
Give us a thumbs up and ding that bell.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.